Well, hello there, YouTube. I'm taking you to get gas again. Oh, I'm not. Just out goofing around on the old DR. Just enjoying every little moment of nice weather I can get. It may turn around and we have an Indian summer, but you never know. I mean, you really never know. There's one thing for sure, you'll have about 3 months of hot, rainless weather in the summer. What happens prior to that and after that is the big question. That's an abandoned, like, RV park. It's kind of creepy to look in there. You can see where it almost looks like it was a resort, maybe even some kind of a little motel kind of a thing at some point. It's really weird to look in those. Man, y'all see Rainier back there. I know you'd never see it, even if everything was normal, but it's all hazy back there. It's just like a ghost. Like you look over there and you're like, is there something? Oh my God, there's a mountain there. I wonder why it's all hazy. There's no fires that I'm aware of. So how would you like to live at the end of a lane? Especially at the end of a lane next to a freeway. Somebody breaks down, they jump through that fence and be knocking on your door. Although I would guess nobody lives there anymore. But you never know. I mean, it looks like it's abandoned, but I mean, really, you never know. Somebody's living there. So I take you from freeway vlogs back and forth to work to riding you next to the freeway. I was off today. This road over here, I'll shoot you down there. I think I took you down there once on maybe this even. And the moss was all in the road where the road comes to a dead end. It's kind of creepy. But this road used to go through. And you know the little corner with the bridge on that back road I take that kind of runs along the Cowlitz? In fact, I'll probably take you through that way when we leave here. But this road, there's a house, and I'll point out the house because we'll go right through that way. But there's a house up on the hill, and this road is, or was, right where the driveway pops out now. So it's weird when a road actually gets shut down because land was sold or whatever. But if you look on Google Maps, this road goes straight through and joins down below. That's the Cowlitz River right down there. In fact, you can see the big sand piles where this is the backside of that house's property. But you can see the big sand piles that where I always joke that they're digging to China. No trespassing, private road. I'll heed that warning. Look at that big old farmhouse back there. I mean, a big one. Good Lord. That's one huge house. But yeah, it still shows this road going through. And I think the first time I came out here, I was just, you know, you goof around, look at maps around your own hometown. And I'm like, son of a bitch, that road goes straight through. But then, and I'm trying to think, I don't remember where that thing pops out, because I take that loop around the river all the time. See, RV park and mini storage. But you can see, like, it looks like it had a little store and gas station right there. Kind of creepy, huh? Now, this is called Better Way Manufacturing, and they actually have a C&L in there. You can go in there and get your tabs renewed for your your motorcycle, car, or whatever. How weird is that? In fact, I do my tabs online. It's www.wad.gov or something like that. And there's a link in there for updating the tabs for your vehicles. And of course, it knows where I live, and it'll ask, where would you like your tabs shipped from? And you have a whole list of all the C&Ls and DMVs in the area. These C&Ls are they're basically just a satellite. And actually, if you walk in the door, because they're not the regular DMV, you pay an extra amount of money to go through them. But if you do it online, they don't get that extra money. But for whatever reason, they process your request and mail it out to you. But yeah, it takes like a couple of days once you put in the request, and you pay for it online. She just shows up. It's awfully hazy out here. I wonder what all the haze is about. Or is it sometimes that fog doesn't like completely disappear? It leaves a haze behind. I want a big entrance like that into my house. Look, they got something that sweats them rocks. The rocks look like they're almost like waterfall, but it's not like pouring, but they glisten. The water trickles down it. Now, what does it cost to build and leave something like that running all the time? Boy, this section right through here can be icier than a son of a gun in the winter. I think one of the early ride to work on the 2014 demo, I came through here and it was all icy. Look at that. I love when them trees turn that yellow. That is gorgeous. I love that. This is linking me into my old route. Dogs out here somewhere. They'll come out carrying on, and I'm like, jeez. They're thinking they're coming after me, but I never see the dogs. I just hear them barking. Look at this. 14 minutes to 5, and look at the shadow already. Look where the sun's at already. I don't know what sunset is. It's probably 650 or somewhere in there by now. God, do you remember them beautiful golden, all that wheat out in those fields? She's all done for the year. I had nothing to discuss whatsoever. So, I'm still pondering the idea of, excuse me, of doing, I know that, that's the road right there. That's where the road came out. It's their driveway. This is the little corner with the bridge I was telling you guys about, that I always stop at. And one of these days I'm going to get killed doing it. My days are numbered, I'm telling you. Man, you look the way that water just swirls. Look at it sucking down. You get into that stuff, something happened to you, you come out of your boat and you get into that, you go under. You wouldn't believe how many lifelong fishermen, people that can swim like a fish, very strong, healthy people, fall into one of the rivers around here and are never seen from again. Two things will get you: hypothermia which kicks in amazingly fast, and all these little undertows underneath there. And them rivers, you know, all them disturbances underwater, and the turns and stuff it takes does some crazy things to water. Next thing you know, hypothermia is starting to kick in, and you know, which affects you very quickly, and you're trying to make that last swim, the last throw to shore. Look at all them cows gathered out there. Looks like we're doing pretty good. This light even works. Oh yeah, it even works in the daylight. Sometimes I look at that thing and it looks clear, and I get home and there's shit all over it, and I'm going, what the hell? I looked at that thing and it was clear. I've got a little bit of roof repair going on the mobile home. Everybody waves. It's like living in the South. Everybody speaks to everybody. Oh man, look at that beautiful light. I wish I could make this thing zoom in, because there's a COE or Cav or whatever you want to call it, but there's a red and white stripe Kenworth sitting out there that looks just like the BJ and the Bear truck. But I've even looked on my laptop with the videos, and it's geez, look at the size of that cow. And it just, you can't even make it out. There's some things that I see, like a lot of times I see the mountains that I talk about, I go, oh yeah, because the polarizer filter makes them stick out. And I see them plain this day, and I go, thank God. Now you can see the mountains. Everybody's not going to think I'm batshit crazy or something. And you upload it to YouTube, it does its processing, and they're gone. Maybe I need to shoot in 4K and then zoom in. That's one of the definite advantages to shooting in 4K, especially if you end up rendering it at like 1080p, because in your manipulating of the file, you can zoom in quite a ways. Because if you're rendering a 1080p file at 1080p, where are you going to zoom? But if you render a 4K video at 1080p, there's room to zoom and get a nice, you know, clear shot. But, you know, that would force me to use the Hero 4. We won't go into all of that. And I would imagine at 4K it probably sucks the batteries down pretty quick. Oh my Lord. You would not believe the Canadian geese sitting on that little island. That entire island is covered with Canadian geese. There's that old, yep, speaking of Canadian geese, there's that old broken wing. That thing spends the whole winter out here. Oh, wait a minute. There's two of them. It's the one without the feathers that I see. Now he's got a friend. You've got a friend now. Am I gonna be so far over I might tip this thing over? Let's go walk out of it. I can't get my foot off. Can't get off the motorcycle. I don't know if you can hear them. But that whole island is full of Canadian geese. Oh man, the shoreline back in the shade over there is full of them too. Shit, is this thing safe to walk on? Watch it flip over and send me in the drink. Yeah, this thing ain't even budging. Don't even know I'm on it. Oh, now it's floaty out here. Oh, hell yeah. There's all kinds of wiggly. Speaking of swimming, I was thinking about falling in the water with these Georgia boots on, my coat and helmet and everything. I'd probably sink like a rock. Can you guys hear the geese? There's probably no way you see them out there. In case you can't see it, it looks like it's probably covered in dirt. That's not dirt, that's Canadian geese. Need to break out my quadcopter and come out here and fly over those. It's been so long since I've flown that damn quadcopter, I'll have to teach myself to fly it again. All I hear is an airplane overhead and geese. And a truck coming up the road. They say, well, we got broke wings, but we can still swim. But they'll spend the whole winter here. You see them all cuddled up with the mallards and stuff out here during the winter. It's weird, the mallards stay around here too. Why wouldn't they all fly away? It's amazing how many of them stay. You'd have a hell of a time loading a boat in this thing, wouldn't you? And, well, the water is awfully low out here. But yeah, oh, your trailer tires drop off of that, you're in trouble. These trees turn beautiful when they go into fall colors. It's all the way down, these trees all the way down the side of the road. She is purty, real purty. This thing's all dusty, but you can't hardly tell because it's gray to start with. It's all like volcanic ash dust from one of those rides I took you guys on. I don't know if that was looking for the bridge or what it was. Whatever it was, I had recently washed it. Its first wash in like a year. And then literally within days I take it down that long dirt road. She's been dusted out like that ever since. Well, the Canadian geese out there, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. No way you'd see that. That sun blinded you. They say this is one of our stopover points on the way down south, down to the Southland. Well, I need to get home and attempt to mow some of my lawn. I think it's dried out enough I can cheat and get that done. So while there's still like an hour's worth of daylight here, oh, actually, I got about an hour and 50 minutes. Well, it takes me 3 hours to mow my lawn, so obviously I won't get it done, but I get a good chunk of it done. That corner invites you to cut in, because you know how the road goes, but it's a blind turn. You can't see around the hill. And you cross the lines when you can't clearly see down the road, you're a dead man rolling. So you need to be looking way ahead. And if you can't see way ahead, you definitely don't need to be crossing those lines. I love that old barn, but then trees kind of disguise the best part of it. It's, you only see it for a brief moment. It's gorgeous out here. What are we at temperature wise? Looks like we're About 69.5 degrees. It's funny, the last video I posted is from September 10th. In fact, I just turned it live today. And it was I was on my way to work and it was 62 degrees. And I was thinking how cold that was, and I was wearing my fingerless gloves. Man, that's cold, you know. But that day in Vancouver, it got up to 95. Actually, I think it was like 96 or something. I'm actually it's half hung in my editor. It's still open on my computer. That thing saves every 5 minutes. It'll have 5,000 records of saving that video. I usually just save it under the name, and you save it and close it down, and it just opens right back up where you were. Well, if you leave the thing alone, it doesn't keep saving it under your name. It saves it with like it's this long, weird, numeric looking file name. You think if it would auto-save, and I've already given it a name, it would just keep auto-saving under the, you know what? This one I haven't named yet. But yeah, it just says new project or something up at the top. But anyway, that thing just will repeatedly say, it's a real small, I mean like less than 100 kilobytes. It's just basically a reference thing to where you had everything set. You know, it's not saving the video or nothing, it's just saving the project. But if you ever go back and like retrieve you know, you hit open project, now instead of just having the files in there under the names that you've given them, there'll be just like hundreds of these, it seems like, files. And like, what is that? I said, oh shit, I got distracted and walked away from the computer, and it auto saves every 5 minutes. I think by default it auto saves every 20 minutes, but I do it every 5 minutes just in case. And the nice thing is, if for some reason it hasn't done this in, geez, a year or better, yeah, over a year, with the new computer and the recent software. Geez, I came through here earlier and that parking lot was slam full of employees. Wow, that's weird. Oh yeah, it smells so good. You know, these people gotta wonder who this guy. They probably don't realize it's the same person because I come through with different motorcycles. They probably wonder why this series of motorcycles comes through here and goes real slow and looks in at them like he's spying on them. But anyway, I set that thing in the past. If it would crash on you, when you boot it back up again, it says there was an unsaved file because you didn't go, you know, Control S or on a Windows and save it. It'll use its last autosave file. Maybe that's why it gives it a different name. And you say, okay, sure. Well, it brings it right back to where you were within 5 minutes of anyway. And I figured in 5 minutes, you know, if I was doing a bunch of this, that, and the other, I wouldn't be that far to, you know, redo what I lost, you know. There's only so much you're going to do in 5 minutes. Anyway, good Lord, somehow or another, even on a day off, out goofing around, I end up saying goodbye in the same area. So I am going to slip out on you. Go home, try to get some lawn mowed here and do some yard stuff. Now look at this, he's probably paying all kinds of attention to them cars coming down the hill. He's looking at me, but that don't mean nothing. But anyway, I'm gonna do some lawn maintenance and some honeydews. There's a vacuum cleaner issue that Kelly's having I need to look at. So I'm gonna slip out on you guys. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I appreciate you guys watching. And we'll chit chat with you later. Thanks a lot now. Bye bye.